Hey guys, the book of Numbers is all about numbers, which kind of makes it less than compelling reading. Not super exciting stuff, but in the midst of all the counting, in the midst of all the numbers, there are some stories, and there are stories that teach us a lot about ourselves. The Israelites are some serious whiners, man. These guys, nothing is good enough for them. God is providing their daily need. He's giving them something called manna, which is amazing. It's kind of a biblical version of Krispy Kreme, and every day he's giving it to them, but it's not good enough. They want meat, so they're walking around in the desert. They've been set free. They're a nation of chosen people, but it's not good enough. They're bored. They want to go back to Egypt. They seem to have forgotten about the whole slavery thing. They seem to have forgotten about the beatings and the oppression, and all of a sudden they want to go back, and just because they're bored and they're hungry, and it's just, oh, this is just too much. And sometimes things never change. We still tend to be a bunch of whiny butts. God provides for us, He gives us, and we forget what God has done. We forget what God has brought us out of a lot of times. There are a lot of times when we just, oh, this isn't good enough, I want this or that. Father God, please forgive us. Forgive us for being people who whine. Forgive us for people who complain about what you've given us and it never being enough. You know, it's just amazing sometimes that God just puts up with us, but He does. And He puts up in the midst of this chapter. God gives us a reminder that we need to hear daily when we're going through our own little wildernesses, because we're going to go through the wilderness. And every day we need to be reminded of this. And in verse 23, God tells them this: has my arm lost its power? Now you will see whether or not my word comes true. Okay, we need to be reminded of that every day. God's arm hasn't lost its power. What He has said will come true. His word will come to truth, and it's going to happen. And His arm hasn't lost His power, and He hasn't forgotten you, and He knows where you're at. So don't complain. Don't whine. Don't remember what He's done in the past, and be excited about what He's going to do in the future. At the end of the chapter, God sends quail, and so they get to eat a little meat, and it's a cool thing. But remember that. Remember what He's done. Okay? Celebrate what He's done. Be excited about what He's going to do in the future, and don't be a whiny butt. God bless you guys. Giddy up!